Welcome to the class, dear students. We have done till exercise number 6 of page number 59, the infinitive. We have done till here, the introductory word with T. Now, today we'll do the infinitive without to. The word to is usually the sign of the infinitive mood. That we know this thing. Whenever we have to use any infinitive, though what we use it along with to. But there are some verbs which take the infinitive after them without to also they can be taken as in infinitive only. And here are these words: bid, make, let, see, hear, need, dare. Okay, but there is a note. To is used after the verb dare. To is used after the verb dare when the verb is not followed by not. When it is not followed by not, then only to is used after this verb dare. Now you see here, let's see exercise number 7. Correct the following sentences. First one, you need not to make so much noise. You need not, cut that to, make so much noise. Second, he made her to confess her guilt. He made her, cut down that to, and then confess her guilt. Third, she dare not to obey her father. Cut down that to, it will be she dare not disobey her father. I bade her to sit beside me. Cut down that to, it will be I bade her sit beside me. I let her to use my laptop. I let her, cut down that to, use my laptop. Then comes the participle. Here when you see the sentences, the first sentence is I saw a boy running on the road. When you see the first sentence, the word running, it refers to the noun. What noun? That refers to the noun boy. Therefore it works like an adjective, and running is formed by a verb, therefore it is like verb. So a participle is so called because it is partly a verb and partly an adjective. A participle is so called because it is partly a verb and partly an adjective. Here few examples being given. Turn the page. Here in all these sentences, the participle, it shows that the action is going on or is incomplete or or unfinished. Such a participle, the present participle, it tells you about the action which is going on and which is incomplete or unfinished. And what is past participle? The past participle, it always ends with ed, d, en, and t, and it shows that the action is finished. Here is the tables being given. The pattern of the tables being given like subject plus verb plus noun, pronoun, present participle. This is physical perceptions one. And the table number M, table number H, you see M point, table number H, subject plus verb, noun or pronoun, present participle. You see here, you tally up both the things and you'll come to know, isn't it? Then see here, table number G says subject plus verb and it is followed by noun or pronoun at present participle, but it change according to the physical perception and it indicates the physical perception. And in table number H, it do not indicate the physical perception. Okay, then next thing is that the perfect participle presents an action as having been completed at some time in the past. It is just like that we have done present, past and future. The perfect also comes in that. The perfect also says the same thing, and here also it says the same thing, that perfect participle, it represents an action as having been completed at some times in the past. Here we can join pairs of sentences by using participles also, isn't it? Like here, first example, you see, we saw a beggar, he was picking food from the garbage. Then you see, when you join it by using participle, it comes like we saw a beggar picking food from the garbage. Then here see exercise number 8 is given. Join the following pairs of sentences by using participles. The farmers heard the boy. He was shouting for help. So I can say the farmers heard the boy, and what that boy was doing, shouting for help. So it will be in this way: the farmers heard the boy shouting for help. Then next is we switched on the TV. It was showing the latest news about the accident. It will be in this way: switching on the TV, we saw the latest news about the accident. Then next, I watched the laborers. They were working very hard. It will be I watched the laborers working very hard. Then I saw her weeping. I went to console her. It will be seeing her weeping, I console her. Next is the weather was very warm. I took off my coat. It will be the weather being warm, I took off my coat. Now, next thing is that participle is a verb and also an adjective. Just now I have told you it is partly a verb and partly an adjective. But the participle must therefore refer to the correct, it should have the correct noun or pronoun. Like here one example given, that walking through the park the sun was very hot. Here it has not written in the correct thing about it, so it is wrong. Here the when we go through the sentence na, it seems that there is something wrong in this sentence. It seems like the sun was walking through the park, but here there is no noun or pronoun to which the participle walking refers. So the correct way will be walking through the park I found the sun very hot. It will be in this way. Now here you see exercise number 9. Correct the following sentences. First, arriving late, the play had already begun. Arriving late, I found the play had already begun. Next, being a rainy day, I did not go out. Answer is, it being a rainy day, I did not go out. Next, going round the corner, a horrible sight was seen. Going round the corner, a horrible sight met my eyes. Then next, sitting in the garden, I heard clock struck 10. It will be sitting in the garden, I heard the clock struck 10. Then next, being a holiday, I went to see a movie. It will be, it being a holiday, I went to see a movie. Listen, we are not going to do these chapters in the notebook. This one, no, this unit we will not do, isn't it? Non-finite verbs हम नहीं करेंगे notebook में. We will do in the notebook, we will do in the book only. Notebook में हम नहीं करेंगे. Okay? Exercise number 10 we are not going to do. We are not doing exercise number 10. Then comes the gerund. Now, see here what is in gerund. Like an example given, swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is formed by the verb swim, and we add up ing, therefore it is like a verb. But when we see swimming, no, it performs the action of swimming. It performs the action of swimming. So it is used as the subject of the verb. Therefore, it does the work of a noun also. So, gerund is what? Gerund is a word that is partly a noun and partly a verb. What is gerund? It is partly a noun and partly a verb. So, gerund is a verbal noun. What it is? Gerund is a verbal noun and participle is a verbal adjective. Participle is verbal adjective. Here we see that the gerund, it has the force of a noun and a verb. Therefore, it is verbal noun. And present participle, it has the force of an adjective and a verb. Therefore, it is called as verbal adjective. Now see here. If you want to identify which one is present participle and which one is gerund, in so many cases present participle is always followed by noun or pronoun. You see to that, isn't it? You'll come to know. Then see exercise number 11. Underline the infinitives, the gerunds and participles in the following. First, I found Kamala writing a letter. Here you have to find out which is the word which is infinitive or gerund or the participle. So I found writing is participle. Second, writing is useful. Writing, it is gerund. I like reading poetry. So reading is gerund. To give is better than to receive. It is infinitives. Then comes giving is better than receiving. So giving and receiving, they are gerund. Sixth, to see is to believe. To see and to believe, it is infinitive. Then seeing is believing. Seeing and believing, it is gerund. Then swimming is a good exercise. Underline swimming, it is gerund. I saw him breaking stones. Breaking, and it is participle. I saw her reading novels. It is participle. Then Ashok likes to play football. To play, it is infinitive. Then Sita likes to dance. To dance, it is infinitive. Then I saw the boys playing in the field. It is participle. Then children love making mud houses. It is gerund. Then walking is good for health. This is gerund. Then exercise number 12. Complete each sentence by adding suitable infinitive or present participle of the verbs given in the brackets. First, dash our parents is our duty. To respect. To respect. I saw the storm dash. Approaching. Approaching. The next, he refused dash the orders. He refused to obey the orders. Next, many men desire to make money quickly. Next, I saw a man dash on a rope, walking on a rope. Then comes, we saw the thief dash away, running away. Then we watched the boys playing cricket. Then next, we caught her dash in the kitchen, sleeping in the kitchen. Then we smelled something dash in the kitchen, burning in the kitchen. Then next, we listened to the band playing in the courtyard. Then exercise number 13, add gerunds to the following sentences and complete them. Now listen, this 3 and 4 from this you are going to do as your practice in the book itself. First two I have done. My mother is afraid of walking after dark. I am ashamed of sleeping all day long. Then underline the participles and gerunds in the following sentences. Write P or G in the brackets given. Crying babies usually irritate people. Underline crying. Underline crying, and it is participle. Then I was fed up of his constant grumbling. It is gerund. Then collecting old books is my hobby. It's gerund. Before sitting down to have his lunch, he always fed his dog. Underline sitting, and it is participle. Then I was accused of encouraging him to be rude. Encouraging, underline, and it is participle. Then entering the room, I saw him. Underline entering, and it is a participle. Then it being a fine day, we arranged for a picnic. Underline being, and it is participle. Our aim is passing the examination. Underline passing, which is a gerund. I objected to meeting her. Underline meeting, it is gerund. Then the car standing at the gate is mine. Underline standing, it is participle. So we have done this chapter also, isn't it? Now tomorrow, dear students, I'll be giving the PDF of GK. The PDF of GK in group, isn't it? Please check the group. I'll give the current affairs tomorrow. Okay, and these exercises, no, you don't have to do it in the notebook. ये बुक में ही करोगे आप यूनिट 11 और किसी में नहीं. ठीक है. Okay, dear students, that's all for today. Take care, all of you. Have a great day ahead.